On this episode of Code Blue in America, the breaking news segment, we dive headfirst into the Kilmar Abrego Garcia case that just took another wild turn, and not the kind you find in your average episode of Law Order. This time, it's less justice served and more hot constitutional mess served with a side dish of political guilt. Let's rewind. Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a longtime Maryland resident and Salvadoran national, was booted out of the country earlier this year despite a federal court order practically shouting "stop." But instead of listening, ICE apparently hit ignore and shoved him onto a one-way flight to El Salvador's infamous mega prison. Legal experts called it illegal, human rights activists called it shameful, and even a few DOJ insiders admitted it might have been oops with paperwork. Now that he's back, yes, forcibly returned by the Supreme Court no less, he's suddenly facing charges that magically appeared like a rabbit from a political hat. The official line? Abrego is being charged with conspiracy to transport undocumented immigrants and unlawful transportation across state lines. Sounds serious, right? But curiously, none of these charges involve gangs, MS-13, or anything remotely like the justification given for his original deportation. It's as if the DOJ reached into its junk drawer of indictments, dusted one off and said, "This'll do." Meanwhile, critics are screaming, "Cover up," louder than a toddler who just broke a lamp. Even more eyebrow-raising, a federal prosecutor actually resigned over the case, accusing the DOJ of running on optics, not justice, like a reality show with gavels. The so-called evidence? A few phone records, wiretaps, and some suspicious Venmo transactions that could just as easily be someone splitting an Uber. No direct witnesses, no seized contraband, no gang insignias, just a lot of smoke and a DOJ desperately fanning it toward the nearest courtroom. They even tossed in a juicy gang retaliation rumor. But, plot twist, it's not in the indictment. You can't make this stuff up. Legal scholars now say the case reeks of judicial laundering. Basically, scrubbing a bad deportation with the suds of indictment. As always, stay tuned. Because while Kilmar Abrego Garcia prepares to plead his case on June 13, we're left wondering, is this justice or just damage control with a press release? Either way, the story isn't over. Watch for the next hot-button breaking news on Code Blue in America, only on ogmnews.com. Until next time, stay informed, stay skeptical, and as always, stay tuned. This is your tour guide on Code Blue, Sir La Blue, signing off with one eye on the courtroom drama.
Thank you.